Hello and welcome to the FlashFlick show. I am Advait, and in this segment we're going to look at reviews, news, updates and everything related to movies, books and shows. Let's get started. Earlier this week, I was able to watch James Wan's new horror film, Malignant. Now, James Wan is one of my favorite horror directors, having made films like Conjuring 1 and 2, Insidious, Furious 7, Aquaman. I mean, he's a really good director. And so, naturally, I was looking forward to this movie, and it turned out to be good. I was actually having a lot of fun watching Malignant, and one of the major reasons is that it's not particularly your typical horror movie. I mean, for the first 30 to 40 minutes, I felt like, okay, this is pretty much the same thing that we've seen a billion times, but after that, it just turned into something so insane, crazy, weird, bizarre, ridiculous and silly that I was having a lot of fun with it. The fact that it is very silly at some times might turn off a few viewers, but I thought that was the charm of the film. It was purposefully cheesy, and that's just something so fresh and unique in the horror genre. I'm going to give Malignant a B on the entertainment scale. It's a solid 7.5 out of 10. If you like Wan's other films, then I'm very sure you're going to enjoy this one. I also watched Don't Breathe 2, which is equal to 2016's Don't Breathe, which I think is a very tense, thrilling and suspenseful film that just puts you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. However, Don't Breathe 2 is the quite opposite. It's not suspenseful, it's not tense, and it's not that thrilling. I mean, you're just watching random events happen in front of your eyes rather than you being involved in what is happening. The characters also were not that well written for a film that is trying to take the antagonist of a previous film and make him the protagonist in this one. It doesn't do a good job of convincing the audiences that he can be a good guy, and that I thought just fell short in this movie. And a lot of sequences should have immersed you into the screenplay, but they just don't do that. A few moments here and there are commendable in the way they're presented, but overall it just falls short of being a good thriller and ends up being something we've seen a billion times before, offering nothing new. With that said, I'm going to give Don't Breathe 2 a C+ on the entertainment scale. It's a 6 out of 10. I also watched the first season of Better Call Saul, which is a prequel to Breaking Bad and follows Jimmy McGill, who would go on to become Saul Goodman, the criminal lawyer from Breaking Bad. I loved this season. I thought this was a great inaugural season for Jimmy's character, which has Bob Odenkirk giving such a brilliant performance. You can clearly feel for this person and you just understand why he's doing the things that he's doing. And Bob Odenkirk does a brilliant job of just portraying the character. It's extremely well written, very well directed. The cinematography looks great, and I was completely involved with what was going on from episode 1 to episode 10. I just can't wait to watch season 2. I'm going to give Better Call Saul season 1 an A. On the entertainment scale, it is an 8.5 out of 10. This is a season of television that you can't afford to miss, especially if you love Breaking Bad. The trailer for Hawkeye, Marvel's new show, has also come out, and let me tell you, it was really fun. It was going in a direction that I didn't expect it to go. It felt more light-hearted than I expected it to. I mean, it does have action, it does have a lot of action in the trailer itself, but it has a very Christmas movie-like feel to it, which I really enjoyed, and that was really surprising to me. Jeremy Renner looks great. Haley Steinfeld also plays Kate Bishop in this, and the back and forth between both of the characters seems to be the core of the show. I really like the humor in the trailer, and I think this could be a very fun Marvel show. So yeah, definitely a good trailer that intrigued me and made me want to watch it. Finally, I want to talk about Dune. Dune is the new science fiction fantasy epic directed by Denis Villeneuve, and it premiered in the Venice Film Festival a few weeks ago. And so I just wanted to talk about the reviews, or the general consensus of the reviews of what people were saying about it. Most of the reviews are positive, and they're calling it a masterpiece, a dazzling blockbuster, and something that just looks visually beautiful. On the other hand, a few reviews called it disappointing. They praised the acting and the visuals, but said that it loses its steam along the way and isn't as gripping as you would probably expect it to. That was the general consensus of the reviews. Majority definitely in the positive zone, but we have to see. We have to wait till October to find out how the movie actually is. It currently has an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes and around an 8.7 on IMDb, which is great, but I'm very sure that's going to fluctuate when the movie actually releases. So that is what I wanted to talk about, the early reviews of Dune. If you made it to this point in the video, then I can assume that you are enjoying it. So do give it a like and also comment on what you guys think about this new segment of the FlashFlick show. I would be very interested to see what your criticisms and thoughts are on this segment. If you're enjoying this content, then make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any in the future. Share it with your friends and family, and I'll see you again.